What's going on, Workforce? Brian here, and this video is focused on my impressions of patch 4.36, which just released today. The big content pieces are Eureka and obviously the Monster Hunter crossover event with Rathalos. And while I am not participating in Eureka due to many factors, all of which are on the channel in other videos, but for the most part, I don't want to rehash that. So I don't have any thoughts on Eureka. I got to see and watch Chris play a little bit of it today. He's going to be releasing his thoughts on the patch, especially as it relates to Pagos. But most of my time has been spent with Rathalos. And I have to say, this is one of the best events that I feel that the game has really done, both in a long time, but also for the fact that it's going to persist and exist in the game forever. So it's a system and a game that I have really enjoyed. I enjoyed Monster Hunter World, and I've enjoyed this as well. So the normal mode is a lot of fun. Healers, you're not really going to heal much, so you're just there to do damage, and I guess in Sunabot, if anything else, tanks are there, and there are actually some interesting strategies that people are running on the extreme version of it. But normal is a fun fight. I really enjoy it. You can go farm the scales. You can use to turn those in for various drops. And then there's these, scale plus items that is obviously from the extreme fight. And that's what I want to kind of focus a lot of this, conversation about. We captured some footage, and outside of like either a troll or somebody who just didn't understand the content, let's just assume they didn't understand. It seemed like they were actively trying to wipe us. So patch day can bring out a lot of interesting people. Challenging content can bring out some of the worst things in people. So hopefully we wish whoever you were the best with that content in and of itself. But regardless of that, I think the extreme fight is phenomenal. And this leads to a bigger conversation, and one that I'd love to know, from you guys. Sound off in the comments below. What are your thoughts on extreme 4-man content? This is really interesting because I felt like I'm not ever really running out of potions, but you do run the risk of being knocked out 3 times, and that 3 times applies to everybody in your group. 3 knockouts and you're done. And I think that is an interesting concept because that obviously adds to the difficulty, that adds to the pressure of it, because you can return and you can keep doing that up to 3 times total for your group. So I have yet to fully clear Rathalos EX, but clears have been coming in all day. And I think the general consensus is that people are really enjoying the content. And that's also, I'd love to know your thoughts on it. I'm really impressed with it. This feels really refreshing. It feels interesting. It feels very true to its source material, which is, I know, a goal that they were trying to accomplish. And I think they accomplished it, just hands down. 50 of the high-end drop item for the mount, and oh my gosh, the animations on this dragon are just amazing. These are very beautiful and well done animations, and it makes me really happy to see this. And I really hope that we get to see not just more crossover events, but just more ways that they can take the existing formula and bring some freshness to it, bring some variety to it. We're covering that. We're talking about that in various topics on the channel so far, and you guys have been responding fantastically, and I've been really enjoying your thoughts and your ideas, about the future of Final Fantasy XIV. So all in all, I have to say, from what I've experienced with with this patch, this really has, this is definitely the shining jewel on patch 4.3. We had a lot of different stuff doled out over the course of these last couple of months, and this is kind of the last big piece of it. We probably might, obviously some hot fixes. Who knows what we'll end up seeing before 4.4 drops sometime in September. And I'm really excited about that. So we obviously have new events. We have the Rising. We've got the summer event. We've got a lot of this stuff. But I really feel like they give the ability to grind for this. If you really want it, it's going to be a challenge, but it's something that's completely doable. The skills that Rathalos uses, the mechanics, you start to feel like you get a sense of it. However, there has been a couple times where I felt I was somewhere and I still get caught up in the mechanic. And so either where I believe I am to where the mechanic skill is, it can be completely different. And it can be that the animation is happening and it doesn't take into account, I guess, when it started. I think that's a lot with his Raging Strike, which is really powerful, but sometimes it feels like he's all the way across the map, and then when he finishes his animation, you go tumbling. So No complaints there. I mean, obviously, you know, I would love to have that mount, and I think I'm going to have to work towards it. And it is going to be something that you're going to see, and it's just going to be both impressive and at the same time, it's going to say like, wow, that is an achievement, that is an accomplishment. So it does not seem like it's going to be any easy task, especially if they're only giving out one, which is what I'm hearing from others in the community, you know, per win. So 50 EX wins gets you the mount, and then there's other things to collect too. So this is no small changed event. There's also value in the normal mode. The fact I can go get some of those scales and apply them for gear and do different things with those. I love that aspect. I would love to see if there was an ability or an exchange rate between the normal scales and the plus scales, and maybe there exists one and I haven't discovered yet. Maybe that's something that they introduce later in the game. But regardless, I am excited about this content. I love this update, having not even gone into Eureka, and actually kind of love it maybe more because I haven't gone into Eureka. But you guys, I don't want to get onto that soapbox and or tangent in this video. Let me know what you guys think about the Rathalos fight. Have you tried EX? Have you tried normal? Are you interested in it? Are you not? Are you checking out Pagos? We can even talk about that. I'd love to know if Pagos feels right. I've been talking with Chris about it. He should, like I said, be sharing his opinion here soon. For Work To Game, my name is Brian. Thanks so much for watching this video. Hope you have a fantastic day, and I'll talk to you soon. Take care.
Hey you! Especially if you're a new face, welcome to the workforce. If you want to hit that subscribe button to say you like us, we'd really appreciate it. But there's a little bell next to it if you really like a channel, and you can go ahead and hit that if you'd like to be notified. Be sure that if that thing lets you know, hey, do you always want to be notified, or you just sometimes want to be notified, that you tell it, oh man, I actually meant by notified, notified. So why don't you give that a click, and we hope to see you around in our next video.